make sure you're subscribed to Jerkrispy.
Alright, let's go ahead and get this stuff started. What's up, y'all? Show some more. We're back in that video. The worst movie of 2025 be like? You know, it's the last with my boy WZ. You know, if you want to stay along for WRMZ. But we're gonna call him WZ for short. Anyways, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow our social media. It's gonna pop on the screen. We're on the road to 500. Yeah, let's get it. Let's get on to it.
Was definitely a year for movies. And since we are halfway through the first month of 2026, I think we should all look back and see what we had to work with last year. We had some full-blown bangers with movies like Sinners, some underappreciated gems, some blockbuster hits. I mean, we had them all. And if I had to speak the truth, as I always do, ladies and gentlemen, 2025 had some of the worst movies that I've ever seen in my life. And it was not just one or two of them. If I had to give a real...
I mean, 2025 had some good movies this year. To sit down and watch. I mean, they got some good movies. It depends what movies you put down in 2025.
Ranking of the top 3 worst movies of 2025, it would go Hurry Up Tomorrow.
I hope you able
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut up!
Are you serious?
Wait, it was actually a movie? I thought this was just like only for like YouTube. I didn't know that.
The Strangers Chapter 2, and the unanimous #1 being War of the Worlds, obviously. I mean, what the fuck was Ice Cube
Oh wait, I thought that was in 2024.
doing in this movie? But we all know those movies are poop from a butt. And at least for me, 2 of those movies are so bad, you can still have a good time watching them. That being Ice Cube's War of the Worlds and Hurry Up, Turn This Shit Off. And I am not one to beat a dead horse. So I dug deeper. And what I found is truly what I think is the worst movie of 2025.
That movie came out in that movie came out in 2024. I know you was about to talk about this movie. WZ. I know you are not about to watch this whole entire movie. This is not a bad movie, bro. This low-key is not a bad movie, but I mean, hey, you know, everybody tastes is different from everybody's taste. Let me listen out, though. Better come correct when you speak to me. Open up that pussy, baby.
They are the spark.
All of it to the samadhi. And the truth.
We start out in the year 1990, before the war, ladies and gentlemen, and we see a family, including Millie Bobby Brown, known for her spectacular work in Stranger Things, and watching this little dude who's doing quick math in what looks like a college room. He starts flexing his intellect as he finishes the test that took Einstein a whole 3 days. While they talk about Albert, they accidentally bump into a soldier who is very upset. His smoothie dropped on the ground and starts flaming bro's spit, saying that he needs to join humanity's side because war is coming. This leads bro to saying he isn't even sure if he wants to go to college because he is not ready for all of that. 11 makes a point on how his brain is the most important yet annoying thing in her life. And for $320 million, you think they'd be able to dub her voice a little bit correctly? I mean, watch this.
Most annoying thing in my life. You can't just hide that in your room.
What the fuck is this? She's not even moving her mouth. We get heartwarming talks and little dude starts talking like Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory. This leads us to the title card.
I ain't gonna hold you. How old the girl who played 11? I'm not trying to make no joke, but she's fine though. I give her that. That's all I'm gonna say. She's fine. She's fine. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I could say. Know how old the chick is? I don't know. So yeah.
TV lets us know that Kid Cosmo has been canceled due to human propaganda against robots. This is when we see Stanley Tucci talking about how he never trusted robots, and we see the robots going full Detroit Become Human and deciding that they don't want to do what humans have assigned them to do anymore. They start protesting for robot rights, doing marches, having speeches done by the revolutionary Mr. Peanut, who is going on TV and having debates about the souls of toasters.
I don't know, I just work here.
Shut the fuck up, toaster.
This eventually leads to war, human versus robots. We see footage of robots opening multiple cans of whoop ass on the humans. This is when we see Chris Pratt showing up in an interview talking about how doomed humanity is. This
Yeah, I ain't lying to Chris Pratt, bro. How many movies you gonna be in, bro? Ain't you got a movie coming out this Friday called Mercy? I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you. Every movie, you ain't Samuel Jackson take any role. I swear y'all take any role. It's all love. But you know, this movie is actually good, but if you actually get into it and not like fall asleep like deep though, like half of y'all probably did in this movie, probably hey, this movie trash. Like come on now. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I would say.
war rages on for 2 years, and during these years,
No, only reason why I'm saying A because my mouse was tripping.
it was getting mega tragic for the human beings until Bald Tucci shows up looking like Lex Luthor, creating.
I don't know. This dude, I think he made something for like the future. I say best at 2030, not even 2030, 2059. We might be able to have some stuff like that. I'm not gonna hold you. 2059 at best, they probably gonna do some Eli Musk grandkids gonna make some stuff like this.
Some Ready
It's gonna be
Player One shit to
$1,000.
fight the war remote.
A toggle to take off the shoes.
This turns the tide of the war in just a few short weeks. Humanity regained control and defeated the bots, forcing Mr. Peanut to sign a peace treaty with the president. Most of the bots have become exiled to the exclusion zone as Tucci makes his product that won the war commercial. They really playing into that Ready Player One shit in this movie.
Pretty neat.
As stations of the center network are located literally everywhere. This takes us all the way to 1994, after the war, ladies and gentlefish, where we are once again greeted with that same family. But shit has obviously hit the fan because Millie is on house arrest, and it is revealed that she is in foster care inside of this dude, Ted's house. She's been in and out of foster care, so I can only assume that her parents are dead Chachino, and we aren't sure where Sheldon Jr. is. She bikes to school as everyone puts on their caster, and she is a very anti-robot, refusing to not live in reality. This sends her to the principal's office where our suspicions are confirmed. Michelle's whole family is dead. That's unlucky, and it wasn't even from the war. Just a good old car crash.
Oh man, they hit you with that all the time. What else happened? I think our little brother got trapped in a robot and stuff. So they put something on top of his head and something like, and the robot was trying to save his brother. Or I don't know how it went, bro. That was so long ago I watched that movie, but this movie did not come out 2025. This movie came out in 2024. This dude is lying to y'all. WZ, why is you lying to them? This movie came out 2027. Not even 2027, 2024, bro. This movie did not come out this year, bro. If it came out this year, bro, I would have been caught watching it, bro. Like, come on now, bro. He's lying to
we
y'all.
get a flash of little dude having a panic attack because one of his toys broke. Michelle is clearly heartbroken about everything as she slams her bike down on the ground, walks into the crib, and Teddy Boy is fast asleep, looking like one of them dudes from WALL-E. Michelle has a nightmare about the night her family died that wakes her up, and when she tries to go back to sleep, another noise keeps her awake. She goes Inspector Gadget and discovers that it's a robot. She hauls ass in fear trying to wake Ted up, but my brethren Ted is in deep slumber. So, next thing. Hiding under the bed? But that's not gonna work. This obviously doesn't work. But listen, my boy is not harmful. In fact, all he needs is a little help. She fixes his ability to talk, but not like normal talk. Bro, it's kind of like Bumblebee from Transformers. He can only talk in phrases and shit. The yellow robot tries to explain that he is her long-lost little brother.
Damn.
This commotion wakes Teddy Boy up, and he starts freaking out because harboring a robot is a very serious offense. But Yellow Dude does the hand signal that they used to do back in the day, convincing Michelle, and he starts squaring up to Ted, pushing the fuck out of him not once, but twice. Ted calls the cops, but not.
Yeah. Ted lucky was weak in this movie. I ain't lying to whoever played this nigga role. You just came in that mug, got your little bag, got put up, and just said, "Hey, I'm gonna just act like a freaking Karen." This is terrible right here.
Not before Michelle tasers him in the back of the neck. That's definitely gonna do some damage. Michelle and Yellowhead Grand Theft Auto Ted's car and hit the JETS. This cuts us to the Battle of Fort Hull. Ted's spare tire is not so sparish, and Yellow and Michelle try to figure out how this happened. Yellow explains to the best of his ability that his real body is still out there, but he is in danger. And the ones putting him in danger is Center, and only one person knows where his real body is. A doctor with glasses that was present when the family got into that fatal accident. Yellow, aka Christopher, tells her that the doctor is in the middle of the exclusion zone, which is basically no man's land. Michelle finds some packages that came from the back of Ted's car, and if someone can get in, they can get back out. So we're off. And I thought it was a very serious crime to be harboring a robot. How are these two just chilling on the train? We do a series of jump cuts through barns, deserts, finally arriving at a convenience store in New Mexico. Chris puts a blanket on this homeless man who is knee-deep in some XBDs, 1000%, but gets interrupted by a new 2U semi-truck. This truck is driven by Chris Pratt, who used to be a soldier, as we saw earlier. There are some illegal exchange of goods going down because Star-Lord is pushing off weapons to this fake-ass Terminator-looking motherfucker. But the price is too steep for this dude. Terminator turns the barrel onto Chris Pratt because he definitely ain't paying $15K for this old-ass gun. Fortunately, Peter Quill has a backup plan. Like Michelle, Homie is also harboring a robot who can actually speak in full sentences. Michelle and Chris hop on board in secret, and now we are back at Ted's car that they stole, as Gus Fring is doing some detective work. You know, for a movie with a $320 million budget, you would think these things wouldn't look like Mr. House from Fallout New Vegas. But hey, y'all know Netflix. Michelle and Chris get transported to Andy.
This ain't, and I'm saying this for real, this is actually a good movie if you really get into it, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. It's like, this movie is like a one time, you watch this one time and you be like, okay, understandable.
Secret hideout where we learn that he and his robot pal are hoarders, basically keeping stock of old junk in case the world ever returns to normal. While these two argue, Christopher once again starts fucking up, making as much noise as possible, alerting the two smugglers. And they didn't do a very good job of running and get caught in no bullshit less than 1.5 seconds. And just as shit is about to get tragic for the two of them, someone calls the elevator. And who could that be?
Yep.
My name is Gustavo, but you can call me Sus.
How did he get here this fast though? Once again, these people did not graduate from Hide and Seek 101 because they get spotted in less than 3 seconds. Gus wastes no time putting belt to ass on everyone in this hideout. Star-Lord gets popped, Mr. Fring starts blasting without warning, even shooting the fuck out of this fish. With some help from this dude, Gustavo is stopped in his tracks, and all 4 of them escape to the X. Lemonhead is about to get zeroed when the other robot starts throwing haymakers at him. During this distraction, Michelle rams into Gus, stopping him for the time being. This leads to the entire cave collapsing, trapping the 4 of them in the exclusion zone. But it's not the end of the world because—
oh no, this is a terrible zone right here. This one, like, they saw them other robots was fighting each other for pieces and stuff.
L has a plan, and Herm is now a giant-ass robot. We get a classic heart-to-heart, and oh my god, Stanley Tucci jump scares us and is now on my screen as he's talking to his mother. But this clearly is fake because she starts glitching around, and it's revealed that the center controls are beginning to fail. And the reason is Christopher. Yes, Lemonhead is the genius behind the casters that made Bald Tucci rich. And without him, the company goes belly up on Saturday. Ethan has a meeting with Marshall about getting Chris back to center in one piece. The gang arrives at Tabletop Mountain and spots a mall. This is where that pesky doctor is said to be located. But before they get the chance to see that for themselves, a bunch of robots start hurling appliances at them. And their aim is immaculate because this eventually leads to all 4 of them getting captured.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform.
We see that this mall is basically a safe haven for all robots, as the gang is brought to their leader. And don't do it. Please don't do it. That better not be that motherfucking Peanut. God damn it. Mr. Peanut does a whole bunch of—
Sorry, when I saw this, when I was watching this, I was like, what the fuck? Girl, they really got a Peanut as a robot?
explanation, but the important thing is that he sent the doctor with glasses, i.e. Dr. Amherst, out into the wilderness some time ago. This enrages Michelle, who is about to storm off into the night, but Herm and Keats convince her to stay until the morning comes. This is when we get a somber flashback of good old Christmas times, which is so touching it brings Michelle to tears. And why are you peeking around all creepy like that, man? What the fuck going on? Lemonhead starts projecting that same old cartoon we've been seeing all movie. And why is it like the same two clips? Anyways, this gathers around all of the robots in the mall. We cut to the gang receiving a postcard written by Dr. Amherst telling Chris to find him at a certain location. And in just one change of heart moment, the years of war and discrimination are dismantled as every robot is now on board, ready to help out Michelle and Christopher. We cut to an old circus where all of the robots are now
you forgot they got raided in and stuff like that, and then like the dude got captured and they went to go fight to go get the dude back.
They back the gang into a corner, but once again they are saved by some random ass shit as a trapdoor opens beneath them. You've probably been able to guess by now who this random man is, and of course, it's Dr. Amherst, and he shows them what they really did to Christopher's real body. This is interrupted as, oh my, how, not this dude again, how did he even find this place? Mr. Peanut and Sus Fring begin to throw hands with each other as the others escape, but not too far because the military shows up and an all-out battle goes down. Meanwhile, Mr. Peanut gets lobotomized. And once again, Marshall has these folks on the ropes. This is when Dr. Amherst sacrifices himself for the sake of Christopher. Good thing too, because Marshall has a rule to not hurt humans. So everything should be fine because, you know, the doctor was starting to grow on me and I really hope he doesn't.
Yep.
We are now in Seattle where Robot Chris
he got packed up.
Is face to face with Human Chris, who they have posted up like Captain America. Marshall and Ethan share some dialogue where Marshall does not agree with the methods used by Mr. Tucci, and his only response to this is, who cares? Classic. Michelle seems to have given up on the search for her brother, but after a juicy little heart-to-heart, we are back on the—
Yeah, it was like, this was at least about 4 heart-to-heart movies. Not heart-to-heart, I mean heart-to-heart in the movie.
The wagon. We cut to the inside of Center where Herm launches a car at the window, and Michelle sneaks in as the commotion draws everyone's attention. This battle gives Michelle enough time to reach Chris America. Ethan Skate does not allow this battle to continue as he boots up his ultimate weapon, this thing, and with this thing, the tide starts to turn in the human favor. Gus and Peanut have one last encounter, and obviously Marshall goes turncoat, letting Mr. Peanut live. Michelle is able to reach Christopher inside his own brain, and with some bullshit explanation, Chris starts blaming himself and realizes the only way to truly stop Center is to pull the plug on himself. Mr. Peanut confronts Ethan as Herm dies, and Michelle fulfills Christopher's
then he come back as a mini person.
wish and pulls the plug on her own brother. This crashes Center, and Keats starts professing his love for Herm.
I love you, Herm. I love you. Maybe more than a friend.
Ethan gets arrested, the treaty gets redone, and Michelle broadcasts herself to the world as the bridge to human meet robot. Oh, and Christopher's robot randomly wakes up at the end of the movie. Classic. Overall, really bad. And I have to say, for
It's not really a bad movie, but like people who like sit there and don't like watching movies like this, yeah, it'll be bad to them. So hope y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow on social media, pop on the screen, 1 to 500, and I'm out.